Okay, good morning everyone. Welcome back. Today is Wednesday. It's FOMC day. And we're going to see what this little range move would like to do today. So if you watched the pre-market, you know that we are looking for a move back down into this 4-hour imbalance below. Possibly looking for it to take out the lows here to do that, right? And so if we want to do that, we want to basically close through this. And what is going on with my playlist here? All right. And if we do that, we close through these bullish candles here. This will be a shift of structure, change of character, right? And that'll be a nice reaction to this 4-hour imbalance, which is right up here, which is what we're currently getting a reaction from, but not closing outside of. So if we close outside of this 10 o'clock range, the imbalance range, then this is the draw, right? If we go up here from the open to run out the high, because we could do that. I mean, that's possible as well. Those are one of the things that we wanted to see price do, is go up first, right? Take out one of these highs, possibly even this high, trade back into maybe this imbalance up here, and then give us a reaction. So let's see what price wants to do. We got to move down initially here at the open. All right, so that is good. We did take out New York highs, looks like. Did we take out New York? No, that's the 1-minute highs. So here, yeah, we took out this internal high here. Okay, we already had a change of character, and we already had price trading above Asia highs and trading back inside Asia high range, right? So coming back below Asia highs here, which is basically London low and New York low, would give us the directional bias to go down to these lows here, right? So we want to see closure below here and then the change of character, and then we could look for the run down to day open or previous daily low. If we continue to hold here, so if this structure continues to hold bullish, since we just did get a bullish change of character here, right? And so like maybe this order block that you're seeing outlined here holds price, and this low stays intact, and we continue to go higher, run out this high up here, and then get the move down, right? Either or. Good afternoon, Zane. Good to see you. Back at it. Yes, sir. Man. Let me see here what's going on. Why is my playlist playing like weird songs? What if we do like this? All right, that seems to be working now. All right. Hey, Eve, good to see you. Nice drop. Look at that. Okay, so very nice. So closing back through Asia highs, closing back through New York low here. So no bounce on this, just a straight drop through. And then if we get this change of character below the candles here, then this is an obvious draw, but this is what we'd go for, right? The lows here, back into that 4-hour imbalance. And then we wait for a retracement setup. So it'll be like this, right? Okay, so daily bearish, 4-hour bearish, right? We're looking for the next candle closure, this candle here, to be bearish, and that would set us all up. And then we just look for an internal sweep of a high or retracement into an imbalance, and then the continuation. So let's see if we get it. See if we went high enough into this range here. We didn't quite, right? Which is why I'd like to have seen price take out this high here. This would have been a little bit better if we had a premium point of interest reaction here. So we'd like a 15-minute imbalance here, right? Taking out these highs. So I don't necessarily like seeing price go from just here, but it's possible because we don't necessarily need to get a big retracement. And we did get a 4-hour reaction, right? So we did not take a 4-hour high though, so sweeping this would be a lot better. So if we got like this, right, that's the kind of move I want to see. And it being FOMC, you know, we can always assume that price will probably just consolidate, you know, prior to 2. But that was a nice opening move down. And we can see if we get a little momentum to take out this level here. But as long as we stay above, this is the change of character line in the 15-minute. If you stay above this, I would assume that price will still want to continue up to run out those levels. Eve, welcome back. Nice to see you on the stream again. All right, so man, yesterday's trade was a banger. We missed out on a lot of movement after the initial entry, and I mean, we pretty much got the entry at the top. If you look at where we entered right around here, right? I got out here, and then it just freaking tanked, right? So if you kept your stop where my stop was, which was at above this high here, and didn't move it, you could have capitalized on a monster trade. Holding through these pullbacks would have been a challenge, definitely. But you know, once we got through this low here, I just wasn't sure if we were going to get another pullback and another entry. That was what we were looking for, another pullback here from taking this low. As you can see, we didn't really do much of that. We traded through it, came back into the imbalance, retested it, and then it just went again. And each time we dropped, you can see that we created a structure that came back into each, you know, premium level. So like you can see here, like this high to this low, right? Back into the premium, made another lower high, broke structure. Let's take the next one. Let's see what this next one did. So this high to this low, almost the same size move, right? Came back into the premium, dropped, broke structure. Another measured move. And this one didn't really come back into the premium here. We just fell short of the halfway point, and then we took another big drop. And then this one, let's see, this one did come back to right here. It almost came back to the top here. And then another drop, right? It just kept going over and over and over. So it was really nice continuation in the afternoon. Any one of these pullbacks you could have taken if you waited for an internal sweep. So like even if we like waited, let's say for this one here, right? This one happened at 11 to 12-ish. Okay, so from here to here. And I'll pull back here. Let's just see what the the 15-minute bias was. So let's just say right before, right after 12 o'clock, what was the bias? It was bullish. Okay, so this would have prevented me from taking the trade, right? Even though we did have a nice setup. Let's see if beforehand, 45-minute, let's see the 15-minute candle before that. Was that bearish? It probably was, right? Yeah, this would have been okay. So if we had bearish, we had price making a low. I would have been waiting for a retracement into a high right here, right? So right here would have been a sweep into the premium, right? And then we had a change of character, a sweep, right? And then this candle right here would have been an entry. We still would have been okay here. But this, you can see, is just before the, right here. I think it's still bearish here, right? Yeah. So this would have been okay. Right here. Stop goes above this high. It's about 100 points, give or take. And then taking out the low here, 1-to-1. Give you a little pushback and then almost hit your stop and then came down eventually. So it would have been tough to hold through these pullbacks, I agree. I don't know if it would have been fun to sit through this, but eventually it would have came back and hit you. Let's go to current price action here. All right, Decoding My Life, good morning. And Boku Pips, good morning. Good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. All right, continued movement down. Very nice. 5 more minutes to go to see that change of character. Everything is playing out pretty nicely. Okay, so the idea is we're going to get, see right now we have bearish, bearish, bullish, right? So we want this to close bearish, which means that we want to see a closure underneath this low right here. And also a closure, if we can, through this low, because, or this candle right here, because then that would give us a change of character, right, on the 15-minute, which means that we'll have all of our biases in alignment, and then we would just look for price to come back, retrace into a point of interest, in this case, the change of character, okay, or if it leaves us an imbalance on the next candle, that would be good to, also, so we'd have to wait for another candle, but, and then looking for it to run previous daily low, and then into that nice big 4-hour imbalance down here. So let's see, right? And as I said, if we continue to hold the change of character level, like you can see, we went below it, but we came back up, and we came back up pretty aggressively too. So right here, you can see there's a divergence on the 1 minute. We're about to get a change of character on the 1 minute as well, right? And so if this happens on the close, this doesn't become bearish, it becomes bullish in that case, because we closed above this low after sweeping all of these lows out, right? And then now we're bullish, and instead of being looking for the bearish setup, then I would be looking for something like this, right? And the points of interest above up here are that 15-minute imbalance, but more importantly, it's really just taking out this high right here. So a couple things to watch for, and we've got about 2.5 minutes to go until that candle close, and then we can decide. And then to get our bullish alignment, we want the 4-hour to be in alignment with us, right? So if you look at the 4-hour candle right now, it's just a big doji candle. So the doji candle would have to close above the low here. So above 450. And where is that on the 15-minute? 450 would be right above, yeah, above this, basically above this low that we're sweeping here. That looks like a very big sweep, right? Imagine just a minute ago, this candle was fully bearish, right? Look at how far we've come up in just a few candles. On the retracement, I've set an alert on that 1 minute OB. This one. Here. Yep, that's perfect. It's looking like it's setting up bullish now instead of bearish. So we'll get a change of character. We'll come back to the change of character here. We've got an imbalance here. We've got an imbalance here. But this is really what we're looking for price to trade into. this set of down candles here, right? Retrace back into the change of characters, what we'd ideally like for price to do. Maybe tap into that imbalance there, and then give us a move up like that, which is looking like this is now manipulation. See, when the market opens, and the direction that we go initially, right, is usually the manipulation, right? So if we go down right away, I don't really trust that down move. I could trust it maybe like very short term, right? If we haven't taken out like this low here, you can see like this came very close. So it's possible that we could have, you know, played this move, right, down to this low. And this would have been like, let's see, I mean, if we got a perfect entry right at the top of the wick here, 475, down to where it came down to, 399, that's really only about 70 points, right, of movement. So capturing about 30 to 50 of that would be difficult, but it'd be doable, right, depending on where we got the entry here. And I think if we were to take an entry, it would have had to have been after we closed through these candles, right? So you can see here, if we did that, we would have immediately gotten stopped, or taken drawdown and got stopped out. So sometimes it's, you know, it depends on just where you get in on these, like these moves. If you're quick enough, was there a psych level we could have played here? The 50 level, right? So let's say we took it after it closed below 50, right? 50 to the 401 level here, that's about 50 points. So, you know, sometimes taking just like a small piece like that, right, on a quick move is good enough. But, you know, if you're holding for like these liquidity targets, it's kind of 50-50, especially with red news looming, right? Sometimes they'll take it and springboard away, or they'll take it to the very, very like edge of it and not take it and then come back up. But leaving it like this further solidifies for me, like if we take out these highs up here, or if we reach into a point of interest up there, that's the liquidity that we'll be targeting on the way down. All right, so there's the 15-minute candle closure. It's bullish, right? And this next candle now opening, opening here, and so look at that nice pin bar. Okay, so it's bullish because we didn't close below that candle, we closed above it. Now we want to see, so from the top here, basically this range, right, this high to this low, we've got a change of character now. We want price to come back into the order block, okay, back into the change of character. So 450 would be a good level to test, right? 420 even, like at the low here, and then saving that this divergence is going to hold. We should not see price go back below that now to go back up, right? And this high is still intact here. This would be the target, 580, 600, right? And taking out that high. Okay, we got an imbalance right here that's keying off of. It's in the premium, so it's not as deep as I'd like, but sometimes this is what happens, right? It just trades into it's got momentum, so it's going to trade into this imbalance and just go. I'd like it to come back to the order block though, which looks like it might do. 50% here is at 65, and a little bit lower down here to the 450 is ideally what I'd like to see happen. Right, so we got a tap to the top and we get a reaction here. This is still a little bit too high up in the range. Like even if we took that entry, the stop would be pretty big. Let's see, stop would be about 80 points. And then our take profit would be, still would be a 1-to-1, so it's good enough, but I guess 1.5. Okay, so it's feasible, but I'd like to see price come down a little bit further if we can. 450 is my target. Coming down here nicely. Okay, imbalance here at 455. Come on down, tag 50 for me, please. Stop would only be about 60 points if we get the entry. So nice 2-to-1 target. All right, good. Hit the 50. Let's see what it does here. A little bit lower, 420. Okay, we did come back to the inversion and the change of character. "16 seconds left. Okay, I need to see a nice reaction away from this here. So we got to our level pretty much where we wanted it to go. Got to close back above 50. Right, and watch this candle. It's a nice tap right into that zone. It's beautiful. Now we just need a bullish close above 50 and we can take it. I don't want to run too far away from us. Okay, stop will be a little bit bigger in this case here, about 80 points because of how big this candle is. But let's hopefully get a little bit of a pullback here. 465, 450, one of those two levels, 465. All right, wait for this candle closure. We're gonna enter on the close right now. 465 is the entry. All right, and we've got about 75 point stop to the low here, and we're gonna target this high first for 1-to-1. So 550 is the target. And then we'll go for this high after that. I'm probably good with just taking the 80 points though if we get it. We could reduce our stop once we run this high, or we could set the break even. All right, confirmation right now on this move and this reaction would be to trade above this bearish candle here. So this low should be set in. I should not see price come back below this low once we get above this. Still possible right now because we're holding the order block and trading away. But let's see if we get this to work out in our favor here.
Hello.
Oh, James, your mic is open, by the way. Yeah, not looking that great on the candles right now, but let's see if we continue to just hold this level here. It's okay if we push down and maybe sweep out this wick as well, as long as we don't take this level out. Nice couple pushes down, a little bit close. I like that we're continuing trying to push down and not making it, right? So we're coming back in profit now. But let's just see if we can get above here. If we get above here, I'll feel a lot safer. 500 level. And remember, this is FOMC, right? So we're going to expect chop. I'm not going to move my stop today. If it takes my stop, it takes my stop. I'm just going to leave it alone today and see if it plays out. Okay, lots of doji-ish kind of wicky candles, but this one should close in profit. 5 seconds. Yeah, it's right around the borderline there, but we did close in profit. Next one needs to follow through here. We're still holding this order block, right? So this is what's holding price down at the moment. And we've got a couple of nice big pushes that haven't succeeded. This is another one here. Like if we see another push like this with a wick that comes back up and closes back above, I'm good with that. What I don't want to see is us closing below this one. Yeah, 10 o'clock, we'll see some volatility jump in here, right? We'll see if price wants to come down and maybe sweep out this low at 10, take us out, and then go in our favor, right? Or sweep out these lows. We could look for a potential sweep of these lows back up, right? But if we do that, I'd rather look for price to come down and take out, like, say, previous daily low or trade into that big 4-hour imbalance before a big move up. So, let's see. Yeah, I don't like this is probably going to stop us out. Let's see if we get saved. Once we sweep this, I still got a little room underneath here. Hopefully if it, it doesn't come straight through and take it just like that. This is the only way it's going to get saved right here. So if we sweep that and come back up, nope, straight stop. Okay, unfortunately we took a stop out. All right, no big deal, it happens. But as price wants to come down here and take out these lows first, like I said, I would not look for price to come back up again now until we take out previous daily low, or if we sweep the, or if we trade back into that 4-hour bullish. All right, yep, c'est la vie. Win some, lose some, right? It's been a while since we took a loss, so it's good. But actually, that's not true. I took one yesterday. It depends on if you guys took the loss yesterday or not with me. I took a small loss yesterday. Yeah, and this did end up holding, so let's see what happens at 10. Minute and 42. This is going to close massively bearish, of course. I don't think it's going to come back all the way in 1 minute, although it's happened before. But let's see. We close underneath here. I wanted this candle to do that. so that we get the short, but looks like this candle is going to do it 10 o'clock, and then 4 hour is going to definitely be bearish as well. So we're going to have 4 hour bearish, 15-minute bearish, and then with just the original plan, like I said, we won't look for buys until we come down here. So we can look for shorts down to previous daily low or day open price. One more minute. And then let's see what 10 o'clock brings us. Okay, this is going to be a clear break underneath this low and this low. So this looks pretty clean in terms of a target. Okay, there's the close and there's 10 o'clock. Right, we'd like to see this in balance. Stay open that we can trade back into and trade lower. If not, we got the swing here. No, FOMC is at 2 p.m., so not another 4 hours. So plenty of time. One minute imbalance here. Mitigation here. This would be the first area I should see a reaction from. 400. But if we get a stronger pullback here, because this is a pretty big move, right? So as you can see here, we have a high to low. This would be the area to come back to, above the 50%. Got a divergence. We have a potential swing low. I mean, the swing low is in place, right? But you could come back and that's just like what we're doing. Take that out. Too bad we didn't hit this level. That would have been a nice short opportunity. To run previous daily low. So here we have like an order block. So we close underneath that. We can use this 350 level and then put our stop above here, 40 points, and then run to previous daily low here. That would be almost a 2R. So we could see if we can get that once this closes here. Right, just like that. See if we get a reaction. We need to see it react and close back below, right? Otherwise, we see it sweep this and then give us a entry. Want this internal high swept, and then close back below. Price is freezing for 5 minutes. I don't know. It could be anyone else having problems on Ninja? Okay, we're into the imbalance. We're into the mitigation. No? Okay. Might just be you decoding my life. But yeah, good thing you're not in trade. All right, there's the reaction. There's the candle. Let's see if we close now underneath. See, we got technically we have a bullish change of character here. So if we do go up to the levels that we're talking about here, this might be where it happens. We've got divergence. We've got a sweep. We've hit an order block here. We didn't sweep this low though. We did take out Asia lows though. So that is something. All right, and if we close now through this low, that would be potentially an entry. And you could put your stop above this right here. And you're banking on this being the wick of the candle that is now going to expand lower, right? Down to previous daily low. So we're going to assume that price is going to set in and put in the wick high here. If price is now closing below this level, right? Then this should be the reaction that sends price lower from this imbalance reaction. All right, 15, 14, 12, 10 seconds to go. Come on. All right, if we can't close through, then this will probably just keep going higher, because the reaction here would fail, which means that we're going to the next imbalance, right? And we'll see if we get a reaction there. And that would be the next area we could look for the short. This doesn't look like it's going to happen here. Oh, maybe spoke too soon. So we can see the mitigation here holding. Mitigation here holding. Just chop though. I hate when we do this, right? When we get this like reaction and chop, reaction and chop. We want to see a real clean reaction. More so something like this, right? Not this slop that we're seeing here. But also good if we form the consolidation here, we form this chop here, right? It's also that we're building liquidity for it to run. So maybe we come up, we take out another high, like I said, and then we get that break that we're looking for. And then that wick will be solidified. We look for the continuation down. Okay, next imbalance area. And order block. I like this area here because this is where we got the nice big drop from, right? So this cluster here, trading back into this cluster would make more sense for it to drop from. So like 450, 480. Okay, we're back above the mitigation, and we're back above 400, so we're back above both of these. So again, if price was going to react and trade away, we would have done it from these initial two moves, right? You can see we already reacted once away from it, didn't follow through. Okay, and so that's why we came back up and closed back through. So where's the next point of interest above us? The imbalance, right? And you can see we went right to the imbalance, and now we get another reaction. Now watch this reaction to see if the reaction from the imbalance follows through. Change of character now is these candles here, right? And then we see if it works or not. If it closes through, then this reaction is holding, and we would expect this high to be protected and not trade back above that high, right? And would expect that to be the wick of this candle or the wick of this candle, and for price to expand lower. We got divergence as well. Divergence with this high here from YM. So YM made it all the way back up to here, took out that high and went lower. But we still need to see that confirmation here. Take a quick look here on these other time frames, just kind of cycle through. All right, 5-minute confirmation here. So 1 minute confirmation is just a little bit closer, but look how we're trading away from it, right? Didn't get below and just getting a reaction away. So let's see if this continues up and we trade back above again. 400. This is failing, which means that we're going to go above to the next point of interest, which is this area up here. Right, 450, 480. And there we go, back up. So should take that out, should come back up to 450 or 480. Those are the next two key points that we want to see. Wow, look at that. 450 is right there, almost touched it. We want to short from the OB, but I don't know, against this momentum, I think it's probably wise to wait for a sweep. So maybe we sweep these highs. Oh, whoops, what the heck am I doing there? Yeah, logically, what I was looking for before seems like it's going to happen, right? Taking these levels up here, and then shorting. So I almost want to see if we, because we're going to flip back bullish here on this candle in a minute. Okay, so we're not going to be in alignment on the 4-hour or the daily, but we will have a temporary 15-minute bullish alignment. And if I look at this structure here, okay, we did get a change of character, and we did get a lower high and a continuation. We did not take out these levels here yet, so that's why a short would still make sense to take these levels out before coming back up. So if we do get the, right now you can see this is the previous candle, and we're getting the 50% retest right here. So this is exactly where we want to short it, but I want to see an internal sweep. So sweep of this level. Right now it would be this level, and if we had to close back through after sweeping this, the confirmation would be if we get back below here. So still, a little bit more to see confirm for us, but maybe we get a 450 reaction or a 480 reaction that we can work off of. And even if it doesn't go all the way back down here, there might be a small opportunity. Full disclosure, I'm not going to take another trade today. I'm just going to mark it out for you guys and see if you guys want to take it, because I've already taken my loss today. But there's might be another opportunity here. All right, we'll see if that does play out for us before the end of the session here. Don't want you to force anything, right? Since we did already take a loss, but FOMC is still, it's still a few hours away, so there's still an opportunity to take another setup if it does present itself. It's up to you if you want to take it though. So there's the 50, there's the OB. We got to close back below this high. And safe to say we'd also have to invert this imbalance here. Almost at 480 there, 475 or 478.75. Here's 450. Okay, nice Eve. Good recovery. All right, let's see if we get a sweep above here. Maybe we retap 500. But you can see that high to that low right now is our current bearish structure. So we're right in the premium. Now we want to see an internal sweep and then a confirmation. Internal sweep could also be the high that we make right here as well. You can see it come down, right? Maybe tap into this and then come up, sweep it, and then come down, right? Which is why right now, being in the middle of this consolidation range is a big range, and it's right before FOMC. So this is what I was telling you guys to expect from from price action today. This kind of chop. Okay, Zay, no worries. Good to have you on today. We'll see you tomorrow. All right, going right through and taking that level out. Here's the reaction that we want from the sweep. Change of character would be down here. Okay, the stop would be about 70, 80-ish points. And the target down here, easily give you 1-to-1. And if we get to previous daily low, looking at almost 2R. 2R would be right here. All right. I would not really expect this to be the move though right now because of what I said earlier, right? I think price wants to go a little bit higher first. We can trade back into this range high. This is only the bottom portion. And because we're consolidating around here, you know, it makes more sense for price to come back up a little bit higher. I think if we wanted to take the drop from the lower portion, we would have done it on this move here, and that's not happening. So it's probably going to wait for FOMC to do that, to come up here and take all this. So I would be more bullish going into this second half. Which means that, you know, we've got change of character here, and we've gotten we've gotten a sweep above here. The retracement here, right, as long as we hold the change of character line, so this low basically, right, you could be looking for a continuation higher from, like, you know, 400, this imbalance we didn't trade into, so like 400, this order block here, and then keeping your stop underneath this low for 80 points, and then running out any of these levels up here. Did we run that? We still haven't run this level, right? So this is still on the table. 600 level, 595, right? Just so that we get above this high here and hit a big figure or something like that. So if you want to take a short from here, I can, you know, you can short this, but I wouldn't hold it for the lows at this point. I would look for, you know, maybe just a quick scalp back into the range. You can see the reaction here failed already, right? That was a pretty strong candle. Traded into the imbalance, came right back up. So I don't really like this level here right now, even though we do have divergence. Let's see. Gotta sweep this high. This didn't sweep. Okay, there we go. And that divergence is gone. And now we have a run above. There we go. Right. Yeah, just doesn't look very bearish to me right now. So if we do get a sweep and a move down, you know, I would think it's probably just going to be a short retracement to get back to these levels that we can buy back up. If we do this before FOMC, right, and if you're still in the trade before FOMC, just remember to get out before FOMC hits, which is 2 o'clock, right? Still got a few hours to do that. But I doubt we'll get a setup here before the end of the stream in the next 20 minutes, but we'll see. Stranger things have happened. If we do get, in the next 20 minutes, a retracement back down to here, we can, like I said, entertain a buy. But I would like to see it get down into these levels here, into an order block, or maybe, you know, we want to see a low swept out, right? We don't really see an obvious low here. We have a couple swing lows, 1 minute swing lows, but they're not really that obvious. So if I was to choose one, I would say this one here would be my top candidate. Yep. Didn't even, so like there was one little pause, right? And that failed. Right as soon as we came back up, I knew that this wasn't gonna do anything. So, see, it broke above and then just straight on to the next liquidity pool. We might get a retracement here, right? After taking this level, this is possible. This is actually a good bet. So, like 550 sweep, and if we just hold the high here, right? Let's say we don't take that immediately. It's like a 30 point stop, and we can take a nice quick scalp back down, just like that, right? Well, it is FOMC today, right? So that's why it makes it worse trading in these little what looks like big moves, but it's actually ranging, right? You can see like all we're doing really is just ranging. We're not doing anything really. It's big moves, but we're not doing anything. $539 to $320, right? That's a 200-point move down. Immediately, not immediately, but you know, within like an hour, 200-point move back up, and we just took away that whole move. So here's the morning opening move. Then we came back up, and we came back down, right? So we took out all of this. Once we swept the lows here, then we get ourselves a change of character. We could have entertained a buy here, but it wasn't in alignment, so passed on it. And we had already taken a loss. But look at this move right here. So let's see if we get a inversion. That would be step one. Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's where that's where the meltdowns happen, right? That's where the disasters happen. If you can't stop after, you know, taking the loss, if you can't accept the loss, basically, right? Because that's what happens, is you just don't want to accept the loss. You want to win it back. And that's where it gets ugly, because then one loss turns into another, and you chase it. Bad money chasing bad money. It's the big death spiral, and then your account's gone before you know it. So, and I've learned that the hard way several times. So, you know, some of these things, like, you know, I can tell you, and I can impart on you, like, the things that I learned, but until you actually experience it yourself and do it yourself, it's not really gonna solidify in your brain, right? So, like I always say, I wish I could, like, you know, take these things that I know and transfer it to you through osmosis, but, you know, there's nothing that's gonna replace that chart time and that experience of taking the trades yourself, experiencing the things yourself, because at the end of the day, the only person that's going to keep you accountable, I'm going to say this over and over again, is yourself, right? No one's going to tell you what to do and then you stick to it. It's you telling yourself that you're going to stick to it, right? That's what really matters. If you tell yourself you're going to stick to a rule, then stick to it, right? Don't follow it one day and then break it the next day, and then, you know, or when it's convenient for you. You got to stick to it. Over the long term, that's going to help you become consistent. And if it's not happening for you right now, I guarantee it's because, you know, of those things, right? Either you're not consistently following your rules, or you're breaking your rules, right? Or you're doing those things, those mistakes, over and over again. You're repeating the same things that you're telling yourself you're not going to do over and over again. Every once in a while, maybe you'll stay straight as an arrow, like for a week, right? But after a week or after a few days, after sticking to your rules, the itch comes back, and you want to you get trigger fingers, and you want to, right? Or something happens and you just can't, you just fly off the handle emotionally, and You know, you revenge trade or you FOMO trade or whatever it is, right? We all get that. I mean, we're human. It's impossible not to have emotions, right? People say that you gotta like trade with no emotions. It's impossible to trade with no emotions. You can't do it. You gotta just keep them under control. And the person that can keep them under control the longest is going to be the one that wins and succeeds. So it's really a battle between you and yourself. That's what trading is. The technicals, the strategies, everything is like, it's, you know, it's there. It's not that you don't know it. Because, you know, if you've been around long enough, like, you know it, right? There's not something that, you know, there's not more that you can learn really that's going to help you tremendously, right? If you've been at it for a while, unless you're like brand new or if like you're only like a year or two into it. But like if you've been at this for years and, you know, there's not really that much you can learn to help your game. It's really just the psychological, the mental part of it. Just keeping that part in check, keeping that part in control, and then having, you know, the accountability. So try to stress that as much as I can in these lives. But like I said, it's hard to impart that kind of experience to you guys. You just have to do it, right? It has to come through your own experience for you guys to really get that to sink in. Otherwise, it's really just me talking at you guys, right? And then you in one ear out the other. All right, so we did get that inversion, right? You see that? And then we got the order block there. And then it came down here. We're going to close through some highs that we just traded through. Looks like. But as I said, I'll be looking for price to come down and go higher at this point here. So see, look for a internal sweep. This looks good here in the discount. That's really the only cluster that I can see. Excellent, Caleb. Very nice. How many do you have now? 3 so far. Awesome. So it's just a couple more. And then you'll have 5, and you can trade 1 a day, and you can take it nice and slow, right? Getting that payout is going to be so... It's going to be so validating. It's going to make it all worth it. And then you can just do it, you know, once you know you can do it the first time, you know you can do it again, right? It's just a matter of, like I said, of keeping those things under control and making sure that you're following your regimen and your protocol every day. Trade your plan, plan your trade, trade your plan, right? Make sure you stick to it. We're not all going to have winning days. We're not all going to have losing days, right? But there's going to be everything in between. And if you're not, you know, mentally prepared to handle the variance, you're gonna make stupid mistakes, right? It just comes down to making the least amount of mistakes that you can do in a day. Trading eval now is a lot less stressful knowing I have funded accounts stored. Absolutely. And it's going to be even easier to trade your funded once you know you have payouts stored, right? Or locked in. Pretty soon you trade with no stress at all, right? You know, just take it a day at a time. Losses don't faze you, right? You don't try to chase them. You don't try to win them back. You don't try to do anything off the cuff, right? It's just a never-ending cycle of you know, consistency. You'll get there. Everyone will get there, right? If they take these live streams to heart and you know, sometimes it's hard to sit through, you know, a whole session not doing anything. that's also part of learning, right? That's also part of building that discipline and building that consistency. Sitting on your hands is the worst part, right? It's the hardest part because you feel like you're not productive, you're not doing anything if you're not trading. But that's also the most destructive thought you can have is like you have to feel like you have to trade or you have to be doing something to be productive. Think about how like ridiculous trading is and what we have in terms of the opportunity we have. Like you just sit in front of the computer for like an hour a day, an hour and a half maybe, right? And you can make hundreds, if not thousands of dollars within that hour and then be done for the rest of the day and just go about your day, right? And for whatever reason, we feel like, you know, that we need to be in like in every session, every trade, every, you know, like sitting in front of the charts all the time when you don't, right? If the opportunity isn't there, then just walk away and just wait for the next one the next day. There's going to be another day, obviously. Always going to be another day, always going to be another opportunity. If it didn't work out today, then, you know, tomorrow's another day. If you try to chase that loss or you can't accept that loss for the day and you keep going and you blow your capital, now you're out of the game, right? You can't be in the game with no capital. So if you blow the accounts, that's the equivalent of basically losing your capital. It means you can't play. So if you have no skin in the game, you can't take anything out of it. It's got to be a long-term mindset. You got to treat this as like really as a profession, as a business, as, you know, something serious. I know it's hard to do with the cost of the evals being so cheap and things like that. Like I think a lot of people take the perceived value of the evals and the challenges and things like that a lot less than what they're worth because they're so cheap. It's you know, and it might not be cheap for some of you, I can understand, right? But, you know, relatively cheap versus like, you know, what it actually costs to fund an account. Like imagine having to fund your own $50,000 account, right? Not many people could do that. But we can do that with prop firms for $100 or less, right? Think about how crazy that is. So, you know, having the opportunity that we have now and being able to leverage what we have now, it's honestly insane. And a lot of people take it for granted. And a lot of people don't really understand what they have in front of them, which is why they're just going to trade these things like, you know, like it's a game. All right, we're back to our area. This is exactly where we wanted price to come back to. Look at that drop, man. Right after we took out that high, right after we got that inversion. Okay, so now we're looking for nice reactions here. Okay, did we break this structure above? I mean, technically, I guess we did. I mean, it's kind of like borderline, really. I think we might come down for this low. It's just so, it's like a big question mark with FOMC days. Since we did take out that high, right? Coming back and taking out this low and then coming back. If we get a really clear shift in structure, really clear change in character, you know, in the discount here, like for me right now, that was the first level we wanted to see swept, right? We still haven't even taken it out, actually. We just created equal lows here. Oh, there's a divergence. Okay, so if we trade back above this imbalance and this candle right here, that'll be a confirmation. Let's see, where are we in terms of candles? M15. All right, so we're still, this low right here is the M15 low from the previous candle. So like this right here, the 50% level essentially. And this is good. We got an imbalance here. We got an order block here. Yeah, so if we tap into this area right here, right? So from 416 down to 350. I know it's a big range. Okay, but right now, seeing us tap into one of these areas here, right? This or this, right? And respecting this zone and then getting a change of character back up, right? I would be looking for price to continue up from there after that, right? Because right now we're still in this 1 minute downtrend that hasn't switched the 1 minute bias yet, right? We're still making lower lows and lower highs. We've only just hit the area. Now I want to see price start to kick back and give me some confirmation. This would be one, right? Closing above this bearish candle here would be a good confirmation after hitting that zone. And could play a very tight and aggressive buyback if we close above there with our stop under here, right, for like 30 points, and see if we get to the next zone and target. But for a full-on confirmation that this area here is sending price higher, I would need to see that change of character, which is the close above here. This is also the New York high level, or the low level, sorry. And we've got divergence here, right? We've got reaction. Going lower, right? So nope, level's not holding, and no entry. So we'll wait again. I think, honestly, I think we're gonna go for this low because we just took out that low, or that high up there. You can see what we're doing, right? We took out a high, we went down to this low, took out that low, came back up, took out that high, right? So it seems more likely that we're gonna come down for this level. We didn't really have an entry, I guess, until we took out this change of character here, right? So retest of the change of character, sweep of this high would have been nice to take a short there, but you know, I don't think that would have been feasible for where we are. Looks like we're just going to keep rolling down here. And once we take this level, you know, this is day open price here, but we also have previous daily low down here. When we take out this level, when we come back above with a change of character, we can look for a buy, but at that point, it's probably going to be running into, you know, FOMC time. So, yeah, as I expected, you know, it really wasn't going to be likely to get another setup here before the session ends. So, for me, I would be looking for a sweep of this level for a buy back up, right? Possibly looking for a short back into this range here, but you know, because we didn't get this opportunity here and we didn't you know, take this kind of reversal trade here, these were probably the best opportunities to take to get back down to here. And right now you don't know if this is going to hold and come back up as well, so it's too far down the range to be looking to take short just for this small little portion. So I would wait for price to come down and take it out before looking for a buy back up. And then just expect FOMC to chop in range prior to 2 o'clock, because that's what we've been doing. All right, so unfortunately took a loss today. All good, we'll come back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday, Take Profit Thursday. We'll see if we can get that to roll back our loss for today. Does anyone have any questions before we finish up the stream? All right, fantastic, guys. See you tomorrow. If you have any questions, just roll them in the chat for me. Okay. Yeah, Thursday, we'll bring it back. All right. You're welcome, guys. Thank you, YouTube stream participants. We'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Good luck with your trades. Take care.